that moment, I felt like a countdown, as if tomorrow might be cancelled. Lina rushed to find Xiaohe, like candy. Coincidentally, Xiaohe found a note in her locker telling her to go to the new building after school. Oh, when you said I wasn't alone, I felt empowered, like Superman. Those unfortunate events were meant for my goodbye notes, like adding to a tragic novel. But with your encouragement, I dared to spill them out, like sharing my worst secrets. At that moment, I felt as light as a soaring bird. You let me go home and have lunch with classmates, though. What joy. Laughing while preparing for the cultural festival, humming, you taught me living it up is better than ending my life. Living brings hope. As long as I'm alive, there's always a chance for redemption. If I meet another student like me, please tell them the world is hopeful, bad things can improve. If they doubt, tell them as you did me, someone's waiting to change their fate. Keep going. In the past 6 months, I've struggled to live as I want. I don't want to die, I just want more of my mom's stir-fried buttock and chats with you. I want to travel with everyone and pass the baton to you, hoping there won't be any more students like me in class. Change this harmful world. Seeing Xiaohe's body, Lina broke down, wishing to redo it all. Poor child. If Reborn uncle can't survive past his original death date, how will he face the future? As a reincarnated person, Lina felt fear. What if that's true? She might end up facing the same fate in half a year. She arrived at Xiaohe's funeral, but felt so awkward she couldn't go in, knowing she hadn't protected Xiaohe, which led to such a tragedy. But Xiaohe's mother, who'd never met her, recognized her instantly and sincerely thanked her for often mentioning the teacher. Her daughter couldn't stop praising her teacher. At home, she had always mentioned going to school and eating together. She was the mentor who transformed her life, bringing back a long-lost smile and joy at school talk. But this left her more puzzled. How could her daughter choose to end it all when she spoke of such happy things? Lina was sure Xiaohe was murdered and decided to tell his mother. But on returning to school, she heard it was concluded an accident or suicide. The incident stressed the school, prompting a quick cleanup. Desperate, she showed teachers Xiaohe's bullying video. She told them Xiaohe had a strong will to survive and could never commit suicide, urging the school to thoroughly investigate. Teachers were shocked after watching. However, when she shared her resolve to fully investigate with classmates, the students split into two. One fervently supported her for hurting Xiaohe, yet she generously helped them. The other group consisted of students who had guaranteed placement in college. They didn't want the issue to escalate further. If Xiaohe's case isn't resolved soon, they could be suspects, jeopardizing their futures. Lina knew her thoughts might be a bit selfish since this involved every student's future, so she let them discuss how to proceed among themselves. Meanwhile, the dean received a call from the principal, instructing him to wrap things up quickly since the police already had a conclusion. Hearing the idiom Chinese letter A-ring for the first time made the dean chuckle, but his decision had serious implications for the school. It also impacts teachers' careers and students' futures. Lina told him when dealing with major events, if it's hard to decide, perhaps reflecting on your initial thoughts could help. Her words opened the dean's mind, and in the classroom, a student with guaranteed placement who had been silent caught everyone's attention. They asked why he remained silent. I'm not so smart, so I can't wrap my head around how this affects my scholarship. But I understand one thing, if I know Xiaohe's death, I will definitely regret it and not forgive myself. His words deeply moved all the classmates, and they decided to bravely face whatever comes next. The dean also made a tough decision. He knew the students had resolved to fully investigate Xiaohe's death, but this wasn't something they could handle alone. As their teacher, he needed to step in front. Ultimately, during a press conference, the dean shared the police conclusion suicide or accident. He doubted Xiaohe couldn't have committed suicide, hoping no hasty conclusions. This undoubtedly made the school a focal point of public opinion. He admitted school issues, risking his career. Lastly, he begged reporters not to sensationalize headlines. After all, this is a school, gathering young people with bright futures. Your words could destroy their lives. If you really must kill, just blame me, let me take the blame, not the students and teachers. After returning home late that night, he couldn't contain his emotions. Xiaohe fought so hard against destiny, yet why was she still betrayed? Am I doomed to fall on the same day as her? But what he was unaware of was that the classmate named Zinky happened to capture a suspicious individual sneaking into their school on the day of Xiaohe's mishap. Following the completion of the funeral, Xiaohe's father made the decision to work abroad. Filling his life with work to avoid sorrow, Xiaohe's mother still couldn't accept her daughter's loss, refusing to display her photo at the wake. She wanted to keep all of Xiaohe's emotions in her memory, fearing that gazing at the photo daily would slowly erase those precious moments. She wanted to know why her obedient daughter, Xiaohe, went to the forbidden site. Lina had been investigating but found no clues. When at a loss, a classmate reached out to her. It just happened to be the day Xiaohe's incident occurred when some footage of Ziwu sneaking into their school surfaced. Excitedly, she immediately shared it with Don Fenggu, brightening his eyes. But unexpectedly, the news spread out of control, and everyone in class knew. Upon hearing it, Lina felt ominous. In the classroom, everyone vented anger on the male student. Seeing everyone's intense reaction to Ziwu's photo, Lina repeatedly tried to contact Ziwu but failed. Later, they learned he was staying at a classmate named Zhang Le's house. The classmates questioned Zhang Le, "What's your relationship with Ziwu?" On hearing his confession, they wanted to strike. Lina had a sudden idea and swiftly halted the violence. Her classmates still eagerly pursued the truth. Even after hearing him, Lina didn't believe him. She wanted Xiangle to explain himself, but his dismissive attitude was aggravating. Instead, she burst into laughter, and even her close friend considered hitting her. But Xiao Pang thought her laughter made her more suspicious.